Hi, everybody. Hope you're all doing well. I'm going to do just a little mini channeling and we'll see what Spirit has to share with us today. So, this is really energetically exhausting, but I tell you what, there's a huge bright sunshine that I see, and then there's sneakers. It's kind of cartoony looking, sneakers just sitting there and a really bright sunlight coming down, but there's very exhausting energy associated with this. I'm trying to I'm trying to wear these shoes, I'm trying to fill these shoes, but they're not the right size for me. They don't fit me. I don't even want these shoes anyway, I say. I feel like the sun is too bright today. I feel like complaining about that too. I don't like that the ground just has dirt everywhere. How come there's no grass growing here? I kick the shoes and I'm so mad. I say up to heaven, just a big scramble of a lot of words that are very angry. But they're more like humbug, you know? They're not like directly attacking heaven. It's more like shuffling through frustrations about things like the sun's too bright, these shoes don't fit, and the ground is made out of dirt and there's no grass growing. Humph! Like that. So irritated. Spirit gives me a piece of paper, and in my irritation, I say thank you. And I slowly rip the paper in two. Like it's a healing thing. It's a totally healing thing for me to do this, although it's not healing anything at all. I'm just frustrated and I feel like ripping paper in two right now. I'm so overwhelmed by emotion and frustration and things just not working for me. They're just not fitting my feet right. The sun's too bright. Things just aren't working. I just feel so scrambled with all of these feelings that I don't know how to get out of that. I don't know how to just calm it down, just relax. Everything's going to be okay. It's very difficult when you feel emotionally aloof to find your feet again, to find the ground beneath your feet and then discover it's actually a sunny day. It's a beautiful sunny day. Why are you so upset? Your feet are still on the ground. Why do you need the grass to be growing right now? Why do you even need these shoes to fit you? They're not even your shoes. Why can't you just appreciate the sunny day instead of complain about it? It's a nice thing when the sun is shining. The heart feels broken, it says. The human heart feels broken. It feels so broken. It can't help but complain about everything. Sometimes the echo that comes to me, the heart is broken because the one thing it always wanted in life, it is never manifested. I can't live like this anymore. But nothing ever changes for me. The heart cries. The heart doesn't know what else to do. The heart says, I am confused and out of options. I don't know what else to do. There's just a calmness. Spirit says, oh, so now you want to tell us openly and honestly how you actually feel inside. Because if you want to get help from the spirit realm, it doesn't do you any good to complain about things like a sun and shoes not fitting. And it actually helps us when you go deep down inside to access what is really bothering you. Do you really know what's bothering you? Have you actually taken the time to go deep inside your heart and to say from a wholehearted honesty that, you know what, I actually was never mad at you. I think I'm just kind of falling apart because it's just been a really hard summer and it just sort of all came out like that. But it isn't your fault and you're not doing anything wrong or whatever it might be. That this is really a message about getting to the heart of how you are really feeling and then even getting beneath the surface of that. How do you really manifest change in your life unless you are going inside yourself and discovering why you feel the way you do each and every day, and then discover a way to change that response to life? This isn't that complicated. Although a lot of the times it gets complicated because we don't take the time to stop the reaction and go deep into our heart and soul and really discover why that is there in the first place. Wow. There is a new version, a new wave of anger and frustration, and it's pushing out of the head. And like it looks like soil, like holes in the head, and then soil like mud is pushing out of the brain, and it's anger and a feeling of loss or inability to overcome, running into a brick wall with life, no solution, and anger and upset. It feels like the heart is closing off, and the body and the mind and everything is just turning to clay, a white clay. It's getting more and more angry. Anger is not accomplishing anything, it's making things worse. Anger, sometimes it feels like it is accomplishing something because you have an emotional response and you need to get it out. But if you stay in the state of anger, it doesn't accomplish anything. It actually hurts your body, it hurts your heart, it hurts your mind, it'll manifest physical illnesses, all kinds of stuff. As people show me, there's two versions of human beings. One version, it's as if people are living in a sunny day, and there's different versions of the sunny day. How would I describe it? People are living in different platforms of awareness. Some platforms of awareness are aware of human ascension, aware of an alternative viewpoint of why that society is balanced in this way. And those people, some of those souls are living in a darker way, feeling the frustrations and the floods of their own soul, going through dark experiences, challenging experiences, frustrating experiences, and they just want to ascend already. They just want to climb the golden staircase to heaven already. They just want to be in a 5D reality, but yet they're swimming in a cesspool of their own nightmare and they can't get out of it, and it's very upsetting. It's very depressing. It's very angering. And so that's one version. The other version is the soul that gets it. Like the soul that is not looking at the birdie of fear, looking at the birdie of suppression, looking at the birdie that is manipulating even the spiritual outlets, telling people the true balance of the spiritual universe. For instance, the one thing I've recently heard people say is that once you die, you will never get to heaven. You will just run into gray aliens that are dressed up like angels, and you won't be able to tell the difference, and then you will be sent back to Earth. Like this stuff is really it's just a cesspool of really jacked up wisdom. That is wisdom that is manipulative. That is not helping people discover that they are the power, that they choose and then they receive. So if that's how you choose to experience the afterlife, that is what you will receive in the afterlife. You better choose to experience the value of your infinite soul and the infinite love, and being gratitude of your experience, being gratitude that you're here on earth, being gratitude of the world, being in this version of balance. Know that you have the power to change things. You have the power to influence other souls to remember what love is. You have the power to be supportive. You have the power to share messages of love. You have the power. When you choose to discover you have the power, that human ascension is real, that you are in gratitude for all things happening in your life, even if they are a confusing mess, the more and more you have gratitude, as the sun being too bright and the grass not growing and the shoes not fitting right, be in gratitude of these details, now you can rejoice in the bright sun. You can rejoice in the soils of the earth. You can rejoice in the shoes that you have. What more do you need? What more? Some people are living in the rainbow of their own reality because they're choosing to be at peace with this world, at peace within themselves, and to love the balance of society that they experience. They love the shoes that don't fit. They love the sun that is blinding their eyes. They love the fact that the grass is not growing, and they couldn't be more grateful. Do you see what I'm saying? Spirit wants to know, which side of the fence are you on? Is it dark where you live, or is it too bright where you live? Is it miserable where you live in darkness or in too much sun? Or can you find joy in everything and be happy? Spirit says there's a lot of human beings having a hard time finding happiness right now. They feel like they're in the quicksand and it is sucking them down, and they're going head under already. And they can't find their feet. They're in a bitter state of sorrow. They just want life to be a beautiful rainbow. They just want life to be in a balance that is what bliss is about, what heaven is about, what the 5D reality is, what human ascension is all about. There's human beings right now dealing with this. There's just a pause right now. Spirit wants to know that, how can Abbey help you? It's just, how can I help you? Did you ever think about asking somebody for help? Or are you going to try and figure this all out by yourself? Maybe there's a way that there's more solutions in your life than you think. And Spirit says when you start looking for solutions, the only way to access them is by going deep inside your heart and discovering what is truly upsetting you deep down inside. Is it the world today? Or is it something else? Like you've always wanted to find your twin flame, and for the last 20 years you have felt numb and dead inside your heart and living in a world where you don't fit in. I don't know what it is, but the sorrow is coming from somewhere, and you need to find out what it is and find peace with that. Peace with that one thing, and now move on and live in the now. Because guess what? Why are you still waiting for the twin flame to come? Why are you still waiting for these things to happen? Why not just celebrate? When you're happy, when you're in celebration, that is when you're most attractive. That is when you are most eye-catching. That is when you find your soulmate. Not when you're out hunting that soulmate down. It's when you are not hunting that soulmate down. When you are being completely and utterly yourself in a state of joy. So you have to get to the root of where this stuff is coming from. Where this bickering, frustrated stuff is coming from. Is it really because the sun's too bright? Is it really because the grass is not growing? Is it really because the shoes don't fit? What is it? Underneath the surface of it all, what is it? And then once you discover what it is, then say, but what hurts even more than that? Well, this also hurts. Okay, so we have two things that you can work on coming to feeling at peace with those two things. The more you do this, the more you find healed in your heart, balanced and accepting of everything else going on in your life, and now you truly can step into a state of triumph and capacity to do extraordinary things for yourself and for this world. Spirit says chin up. Keep thinking positively. Keep choosing to be in acceptance and gratitude for everything. One thing that I always think about when life gets hard is how there's some lifetimes where all I knew was joy, all I knew was bliss. And that's all I knew. There were some lifetimes where I had a higher awareness and could be like the Palladian beings are for the earth today, and working with human beings in some manner in order to manifest light in their lives, having a higher understanding and awareness of what is going on the planet. Well, this time your soul wants to know what it's like to have the candle blown out and to be walking through the dark and to be stumbling around and to be confused and not know what the answers are. And that's the beautiful thing about it. And you have to be in joy and appreciation of the lifetimes where you don't know things. You have to be in joy and appreciation of the lifetimes where life is hard and challenges your soul to come up with solutions. You have to be in gratitude and joy in lifetimes that are complex, lifetimes that bring out the best in you or the worst in you. But whatever you do, have some heart, right? Have some gratitude. Find the blessings in everything. And know it's just a lifetime of experience. And then there's going to be more lifetimes where you can actually embrace the bliss. And that's all you will know. And you won't have a freaking clue about this lifetime where you were on your knees crying for God to save you, for somebody to change things, for the world to change. Lifetimes are like that. They're blinks of an eye. This lifetime will be done and over with before you know it. And how will you have lived it? Will you have lived it in appreciation, or will you have lived it in sorrow, accomplishing nothing for yourself or for anybody else? Because when you're in sorrow, you accomplish nothing for yourself or for anybody else. That when you choose to be positive, when you choose to see the value in everything, when you choose to see the best in people, when you choose to be forgiving and understanding and unconditionally loving and supportive, now you're living a life worth living. Now you're living as a gift to this world and a gift to yourself and a gift to the universe. So which side of the fence are you on? And whichever side of the fence you're on, how are you choosing to react to that side of the fence? Choosing to react with acceptance and love, or are you choosing to fall into a state of sorrow and misery? You can do this thing. Chin up. That's what Spirit says. Alright, so I'm going to share for this message. I hope you all enjoyed it, and I hope you all are doing well. And if any of you are interested in exploring a psychic session with me, I would be delighted to connect with you. Please visit me at my website at abbeynormalswisdomquest.com. Thank you again for watching, and I wish you a wonderful day.